Welcome to your 4-H Judges Orientation for the Duval County 4-H Public Speaking Contest. In this short training video, you will be provided everything you need to know in order to judge the contest. Thank you for supporting 4-H. 4-H is a youth development organization that empowers kids through hands-on learning experiences and helps them find their passions and interests through projects. Judges are a crucial part in providing feedback to the youth as they progress through their project areas. What is the public speaking contest? This contest requires 4-Hers to recognize, organize, and present information on a given topic, anything that relates to their projects or just a passion or interest that they have. 4-Hers must acquire the ability to speak confidently in public, expressing their ideas effectively with poise and confidence. In this contest, no visual aids will be used and no special costumes will be worn by the 4-Hers. Judges will not ask questions of those participating in the public speaking contest. For the junior and intermediate age divisions, they will speak for 3 to 7 minutes. For the senior age division, they will speak for 5 to 7 minutes. During the contest, you'll be using the Danish scoring system. All 4-H contests use the Danish system of judging. In this system, the judges do not judge one person's work by comparing it to another's. Instead, judges determine whether the exhibitor meets or exceeds the set of standards, in this case, the score sheet that you will be using in order to score the public speaking contest. Through the Danish scoring system, 3 levels can be awarded. First is a blue ribbon, which would be 90 to 100 points. Second is a red ribbon, which would be 80 to 89 points. And third is a white ribbon, which is anything 79 points or below. For those who are in the clover-bud age category, 5 to 7-year-olds, they will just be receiving a green participation ribbon and not be scored on a blue, red, or white scoring level. As our youth participate in the public speaking contest, they have multiple levels that they can go through. First is the county level, which is what we're at now. All of those who are competing in the county level have an opportunity to move on to the District 6 competition. Those who can move on are the top 2 of each age division. So 2 youth from the senior, intermediate, and junior age division advance on to the District 6 events competition. From there, the top 2 senior district winners who won blue ribbons advance to the Florida 4-H public speaking competition. Meaning all youth potentially could win a blue ribbon, but only the top 2 in each age division will have the opportunity to move on to the District 6 competition. Let's now get into providing comments as a judge on the score sheet for the public speaking contest. First, it's important that you do write comments and that those comments are constructive suggestions and feedback to the youth, especially in helping those youth plan for their future presentations. Remember that all of these contests are designed as educational events, and we're trying to contribute to the development of those young people. So keep that in mind as you're writing all of those comments. Be positive. Focus on things they should do, not things that they shouldn't do. Focus on the could instead of the should. Avoid any labeling or name calling, and definitely avoid loaded words that put other people on the defensive. You should avoid words like always or never. You need to be specific. Evaluate the act or the image, not the person giving the presentation. Be specific, detailed suggestions for changing, improving, or solving the problem. Give praise as well as criticism. And try to use the sandwich approach. This is when you give a praise or a positive comment, followed by a suggestion, and then another positive comment. Let's look at some examples of comments on score sheets. So here's some do's and don'ts for you. Instead of saying, "Don't be clumsy," try to say, "Do it this way," and that might feel less awkward for you. Instead of writing on a score sheet, "You were too slow," try writing, "Practice working a little faster next time." Don't write something like, "Well, just don't be nervous." Give more feedback like, "I know how hard it is speaking in front of an audience. Practice giving demonstrations in front of people whenever you can to gain confidence." Don't say, "Nice table, but set wrong." Instead say, "Your table setting is lovely. I have been taught that the spoon goes," and fill it in. This provides just a little bit more positive, constructive feedback to those youth. Again, some more examples of being encouraging, thoughtful, and sincere. You can write things like, "I enjoyed judging your demonstration. I can tell you've put a lot of work into this. You really make my job fun. Keep up the good work. Fantastic. You've got it together." You can also use the sandwich approach. This is when you give a positive feedback with a criticism or an improvement, and then another positive feedback. An example can be, "Your posters were colorful, neat, and easy to read. Check correct spelling of the word recipe on your poster." I especially like the attractive and creative way you use visual aids in your demonstration, Beth. Another example could be, "Your voice is clear and distinct, Bob. Try speaking a little slower next time. You have a great voice for public speaking. Nice posture and eye contact." Now that we've reviewed some of the ways that you can provide constructive feedback on a score sheet, let's look at those score sheets a little together. Before you come to judge the contest, it's important that you look at those score sheets and read the descriptions of each section in that score sheet that you will be utilizing. This way, you already know what you'll be scoring before you get there. Make sure you fill in all of the blanks that are required and give a number score for when it asks for one. Check all of the addition of your scores. For the public speaking contest, you'll be judging with a few other judges. When all of the entries are complete, you'll have a time to get together as a group and determine whether that entry is a blue, red, or white ribbon. It's okay to change your score as that discussion progresses. If for a chance that there's a tie in the scoring, you'll talk amongst yourselves as judges until those ties are broken. Again, you'll change scores until that tie is broken and you have a clear first and second place winner. Now let's take a look at that actual score sheet for the public speaking contest. Here you can see that the score sheet is broken into two different sections. First is about the content of that speech. You're going to look at the choice of the material. Was that topic appropriate for the age and skill of the youth? In some point in their speech, did they relate it to 4-H? The entire speech does not have to feature 4-H, but at some point the contestant, the 4-H'er, must mention 4-H and in relationship to the material being presented. Did the 4-H'er have knowledge and understanding of the topic, and did they cite reliable sources throughout their speech? How was that speech organized? Was there a clear introduction that was an attention getter? Were their main points organized? Did they use transition phrases throughout the speech? And did they have a conclusion that restated those main points? How was their language? Did they use good grammar? Was the topic understandable? Then let's look at the presentation itself. What about their projection? How was the delivery of the speech? Was it a smooth and flowing speech? Did they speak clearly? Did they use effective volume and rate of their speaking? What about their eye contact and poise? Did they have eye contact with the audience? Did they effectively use the note cards? Did they display confidence as they were speaking? What about their appearance? Were they well groomed? Were they dressed nicely and appropriately for the public speaking contest? What about, did they have a 4-H clover on their person? It's optional, but it is nice to see. Once you look at all of these areas for the public speaking contest, you'll give points for each section, and you'll add up those total points that could equal 100. If the speech falls out of the allotted time, you'll deduct 5 points from your total score. During the contest, you will have someone who will be your official timekeeper, and they'll let you know what the time is for each of the different speeches for those participants. And at that point, you can take 5 points off if you need to. Hopefully, this training has provided an overview for what you need to know to be a judge for the public speaking contest. Feel free to ask your local 4-H agent any questions that you have before the day of the contest or the morning of the contest when you arrive on location. Thank you for being a judge. We appreciate your time, your knowledge and expertise, and your willingness to help our youth develop through the public speaking contest.